So, Sharell, we can't, as ministers, do this alone, right? We need other adults to help us in guiding these youth in missional experiences. How does one recruit or pick leaders to help out and to be partners in this way? What does one look for in those other adults?
So I think that one of the things you look for is you look for someone who has a passion for helping youth, who has a passion for mentoring and engaging youth. Kids are authenticity seekers, meaning that they know they're looking for people who are going to be honest with them, who are going to be real with them, and they know when you're there for something other than them. So you really do have to start kind of with a fundamental thing of finding adults that are there for them, that are engaged with them, and who really want to be in that mentor role. I think another important thing is to have multi-generational youth leaders, so that we know that the group you naturally look to and the group you uphold the most and you kind of admire is the group right above you. So that if you're working with teenagers, the group right above them is young adults. And the group that they want to be and the group they emulate are young adults. So it's crucial for you to have that group because, when mom and dad's generation are talking, kids tend to
Mm,
zone out. That's the old people talking, the old people. But when you have that group right above them, it almost instantly captures their attention.
mm,
And so you're building that generational kind of component there. You're helping them with role models that they can kind of follow for the next few years, kind of thing. And then the relationships are stronger there.
mm.
Someone in their 20s can relate to someone, or someone who's in college now can relate to someone who was in high school a whole lot easier than I can, and because I've been out of high school for 15 years, but if you've been out of high school 2 years, you're a little more in touch with that. So that's one of the reasons the generational thing is there, but not just the immediate generation above them. As many generations as you can get active and involved, I think, are necessary. And it's one of those things of when we think of diversity, we tend to limit it to usually gender, limit it to maybe ethnicity, that kind of thing. But when it comes to diversity, you really need to consider the generations too in age, because we have something different that we learn from each generation. So that if I go on a mission trip with just kids my age, there's something I learned. But if you throw in the young adults and you throw in so what is that, the millennials, Gen X, and you go beyond that,
Yeah.
that there are lessons that have been learned throughout decades, over decades, that are now being passed down. And I think the other thing is you look for people who are skilled in what you're doing. Um, so that if we're going to be working with Habitat for Humanity and we've got some carpenters in the congregation, hey guys, you know how to use a hammer. I don't,
Right.
let's naturally pair skills together, kind of thing. So your volunteers need to be skilled in both the project that you're doing and then in a range of ways. If you've, oh, okay, Siri wants to chime in. Um,
It's great.
Sorry about that. But yeah, so that you have a range of skills available to you and a range of talents available to you in your leaders.
Sure. Thanks.